I wanted to do something different.
It's different for sure. This is how Ramona Austin and a few of her friends decided to display their support of then-candidate Donald Trump, building an actual Trump train. For her, it was all about his promise to put America first.
Everybody discouraged me from doing it.
But even this wasn't enough, so she painted this. But it's clear many still don't have the same trust in Trump, as evidenced by the graffiti, a kind of warning that was sprayed on her wall.
When it comes to foreign policy, what President Donald Trump does has a unique impact on Austin and others here, because this is the Norfolk, Virginia area, home to the world's largest military community.
Almost 100 days in, it's not clear what Trump's overall defense strategy is. He had said the U.S. should stay out of Syria, but once in office, he launched cruise missiles, bombing a Syrian airfield in response to a chemical attack, launched a raid in Yemen that killed a Navy SEAL and more than a dozen civilians, expanded U.S. military operations in Somalia, and then he said he sent in an aircraft carrier strike group to the waters off North Korea as a warning over its missile tests. Only problem was, the ships weren't actually on the way when he said it. In Afghanistan, the U.S. dropped what is called the mother of all bombs, the most powerful non-nuclear weapon in its arsenal on an ISIL tunnel system. President Trump made one thing clear. His top priority for the U.S. military is the defeat of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant.
We are doing a job with respect to ISIS that it has not been done anywhere near the numbers that we're producing right now.
Admiral William Fallon was once in charge of the fight in that area. He says he hasn't seen much difference under President Trump.
They're basically continuing what was already in progress with a few adjustments. They've directed a few more troops to go into Syria.
As for Austin, whose family has been deeply impacted by the decisions past presidents have made.
That's one of my grandfathers who was survived the Bataan Death March. And that's my other grandfather who was in Berlin during World War II. He was also in World War I. And that's my father who went to Vietnam twice.
Even though he has expanded the areas of conflict for the U.S. military, she still thinks President Trump is honoring his commitment to focus on America first.
The press is talking about it as if he flipped. But, in my opinion, you have to remember he's a businessman. He was sort of on the other side. When he was in the civilian world. And once you become president and you're privy to more details, more information, I think that changes your mind on some things.
Almost 100 days into his term, she is definitely still on board with her new president. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Norfolk, Virginia.